Hey everybody, this is just a little video about the LED lights that I put on my Ariens Deluxe 28 snowblower, 2017 model. The lights themselves are 18 watt AuxBeam LEDs. I have two of them, so 36 watts total. You can get these on Amazon or eBay. Had good luck with them in the past, so sticking with them. Hope they last the winter. And what I did was I drilled a couple mounting holes up in the front here. Consider using these holes that are for, you can bolt a weight to the front of the auger housing here to keep it from riding up on snow too much, but they're a little too far back, as you can see, and a lot of the light just went straight into the housing and wasn't getting over the edge. So drilled a couple holes as far forward as I could, and the light's pretty much mounted perfectly there. The shovel still fits just fine despite this. I just took it off for video purposes. I used corrugated wire guide for all the wiring, and also got a big bag of these clips here, these carrier clips from Amazon as well. So there's positive and negative coming from each of the lights. This is where the lead stopped here for this one. And then they both terminate down here. So from here on out, I just have one positive and one negative going along the side of the blower, and then up the handlebars and into the control housing. So what you have, as far as your power is concerned, is you have your housing coming out of the stator on the motor, which is a yellow and a black. Yellow is positive, black is ground, and that goes up the side to where your stock headlight is, which I deleted. So your stock wiring comes up into here. You have your yellow positive and your black negative. I grounded the negative to the frame up here, drilled another hole there, and there's also a ground for the lights, which I'll show you in a second. So I have the positive going into an inline fuse, just a standard automotive fuse, inline 5 amp. And that goes to our bridge rectifier. And what the bridge rectifier is for is it converts the AC coming from our stator to DC for the LED lights. Otherwise you get some flicker, 60 hertz flicker. So we have our rectifier here, and the way this one is set up, as you can see, there are 3 prongs, the one in the lower left, lower right, and upper right, that are all oriented the same way vertically. And then you have the odd one in the top left that's oriented 90 degrees horizontal to the rest of them. And that's how you know what's going on. So this one here in the top right is our AC positive coming from the motor, from the stator. Bottom right is our DC negative, which is our ground coming from the lights. The bottom left is our universal ground, so AC negative, which goes to the same ground as the wire coming from the stock harness. I don't think you have to ground this wire, but I did just because. I know people have had success without grounding it, but I just did it anyway. And then on the upper left of the rectifier, you have the DC positive, which is the positive going to the lights. Fairly simple to wire. You just have to make sure you get the rectifier right, but it all seems to work. I did not integrate a switch into this setup. I just wanted to keep it as simple as possible, so whenever the machine is on, the light is on, or the lights are on, just like it would be with the stock headlight. So that's pretty much it. Let's fire it up and see how they look, eh? Fuel is on. Key. Choke. It's pretty warm, so I'll just do half choke, hey? A few pumps. See what happens. Of course. As you can see, at low idle, turtle idle, there is a little bit of flicker. I think you can see that. But once you kick it up to full throttle, there's no flicker at all. Lights off in here so you can see the difference. So that's with no lights. As you can see, the flicker at low idle. Crank it up. So there it is. As you can see, they're plenty bright. I didn't do a switch or the capacitors, which will eliminate all flicker and potentially increase the life of your LEDs, but I just wanted to keep it simple, and if I have to replace them, I will. I'm really hoping these get me through the winter, but I really like them. They're super bright. It's nice to do a nice clean install. And the only things you can see these two screws here. The one here is where the bridge rectifier is mounted, and the one here is for the grounds. And then the two mounting holes up front. Otherwise, that's all you have to do. If you have any questions, just let me know. I highly recommend this. Just a couple hours of your day and you can have awesome bright lights for your snowblowing season. Thanks for watching, guys.